following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
And I'm ready to go crazy because the Celtics are going all the way.
Hey, Nick, go handle our light work.
Bowl games matter.
I would like a cold cut sandwich.
Oh, boy,
You can call him Eamon Owens because he ain't got no D and he ain't got no J.
James Madison.
Turn your body cams off. Do what you do.
Rex, you are 100% right. Right on time. I was reading the comments, and Scott made sure to say, everybody stop talking because we're not going to be late and get called out for it. And here we are, right on time. It's Tuesday. It's Craft Root Sports. I'm Mike. That's Scott. Scott, how you feeling, man?
Black guy made sure we're on time, baby. I'm feeling good.
Race card.
Right out of the gates.
It's good to see you, man.
It's good to see you. I'm super excited. It's been a week. I know it's only Tuesday, but it's already been one of those weeks.
Dude, it is the worst when Tuesday hits and you're like, is this week over yet? Like that's a rough first 2 days to the week.
That's where I'm at right now. So just trying to get through.
All right. Well, let's get you through. Let's drink some beers. Let's talk some sports. And we'll get you through. And also let's hit on Mookie because he's chilling in Florida. With
baby.
What the?
Oh yeah.
What was that?
Have you guys not seen that? So Max got these. It's got these reactions you can use, and so like that's the rock and roll one. We've also got the balloons.
What is happening right now?
The fireworks. All kinds of good stuff over here on that Mac OS, y'all. Come over to Team Mac.
What is happening right now? That is.
I really haven't seen that shit, huh?
No,
Here's the other one. This is when shit's real bad.
It's awesome that you have all these really super cool backgrounds because your audio is amazing.
Awesome. Figures. It's on the AirPods, so I don't know what to do there. So let me see if I can change this other setting. Maybe that's the problem.
Sounds like you're talking into a tin can.
Is that any better?
Nope. Literally the exact
no better. All right, cool. Well, then maybe this is a short stint tonight. Who knows? I feel bad for you guys, with so much pain in your life that you're like, holy shit, it's only Tuesday. I have no idea what time it is because we left for Florida family vacation. Flight left CVG Cincinnati Airport at 5:50 a.m. We got up at 2 a.m., which for those of y'all at home, that's when bars close. And we were getting up to get on down here and fly down to Florida. So I can't complain. It's been a weird couple of days. My clock's all up, but hey, we're drinking on the beach. What can you say? Can't be that bad.
Yeah, I'm very jealous. I'm not gonna lie. Not jealous of your audio, but very jealous of your location.
This hurts my soul.
Well, I just love peek behind the curtain. Mookie sends a group text and was like, "Hey, should I pack my camera for the show? I'm not bringing my microphone, but should I pack my camera?" It's like, why are you? If you're not bringing the mic, why worry about the picture? Because the audio is the most important part. And
these are all good points. These are all.
And then the audio just changed. I don't know what you just did, but it sounds
better.
Great. It sounds great.
Yeah,
okay,
like I said, now it's fine.
For future reference, use the laptop microphone and the AirPods for the audio, I guess. My thinking was that the mic is larger and the camera is smaller, and we were already playing with it because we flew Frontier, so they nickel and dime for everything. We were already playing with that very thin margin of being able to hit the right weight for our one carry-on for my pregnant wife and I. So
very scary.
That's where I was coming from.
Oh, God, I just realized that. Scott, Mookie's got the dream scenario. He's on vacation with a built-in DD.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best. That's the best. Oh, Mookie. The jealousy level just went up even higher. Gabe wants to know who flies Frontier.
That's who, Gabe. Are you kidding me right now? Come on. Seriously, you seen them rates? Like, we got $88 round trip Cincinnati to Pensacola. I mean, you can't beat that, right?
Like, I mean, in this economy, who doesn't fly Frontier?
I mean, right? Yeah. Like Richie Rich Gabe over here paying top dollar to go watch Notre Dame and our sports teams lose everywhere.
Good slam.
He flies in first class to watch them lose in person.
You're right.
Mookie, there was a question in the chat here that asked what Rex wanted to know. Why didn't you use those reactions when you announced Little Mookie?
because I wasn't on my laptop. I was on my desktop at home. The actual studio, you know what I mean, with the camera and the microphone. So
I got you. All right, I don't know what is worse because now I'm getting all kinds of wind noise from you. Like
I'll just try to mute a little bit, and we'll see. How
it was
works.
great. Your audio sounds good, but then it's picking up wind noise, and just chime in when you got something to say. Chase,
I mean, it is pretty breezy, and I will flex just a little bit because we're sitting out here right on the Gulf of Mobile, which of course you can't see because it's out of focus. So that was pointless.
Oh my god, what are we doing?
The Gulf of Mobile. He said it so proud.
That's right. It's the Bay of Mobile. Sorry, the Bay of Mobile.
Oh, that sounds so much
right
more regal.
Gulf of Mexico's on the other side. The Bay of Mobile's over there. You know, it is what it is.
We got the Bay of Mobile. Be jealous, everybody. We're looking at the Bay of Mobile over here. So jealous.
I feel like he's very close to a lot of people that are wearing overalls and no shirts underneath.
Yeah, what's the jort
Probably
count so
there
far,
January
Mookie?
6th too, right?
How many people did you see swimming in the ocean in jorts? The over-under's got to be
in the Bay of Mobile.
So here's the thing. Honestly, it was only a couple, but what makes it even more telling is there weren't that many people. So, like, we'll just go with like 35% of the people.
Percentages are very high of jort.
Yeah, the percentages were very high. So if there were more
Jort swimming
people,
in the Bay of Mobile. It's like a sport.
bold choice. It's a bold choice, Cotton. We'll see how it works out. And I do got to give Tyson credit for this because he's saying Mike's getting sunburned from the light coming off Mookie's screen. So
Very true. That's very true, but that doesn't take much. All right, let's see. Oh God, Ed said he's watching in the hospital. Thanks for keeping me occupied. Ed, I hope you're all right, man.
Thanks for
get
checking
better
us out in the
soon.
hospital, dude.
And then Chase said this is the best part of Tuesday. You goddamn right about that, Chase. Listen, we got an awesome show coming up tonight. We got some baseball stuff to get to. Buster Olney's Twitter account was hacked. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. We got a City Connect jersey to make fun of. I mean, sorry, look at and not make fun of. It's pretty bad. Also, guys, WNBA is wild. This Caitlin Clark.
Yes!
Oh my God. And Dan Hurley completely juking out the Lakers and dogging it just
Love
so much
it.
to get to. All the haterade to sip tonight. We will get to all of that plus more. Before we do, though, let's talk about these beers that we were drinking tonight. Scott, what is in your mug? Rated on Caesar scale, dog or no dog?
This week I am drinking Taft's Raspberry Sorbet Ale. It is only 5%, but it is a nice tart raspberry ale, and it's got a little lactose at the back end to give you that creamy mouthfeel.
Pause.
Yes, dude.
Pause.
All the pause, because I want to hold this one in. This is a dog as hell. This is.
I saw the can early on.
Yes.
I was taking a sip and I saw the can and I was immediately intrigued by it.
Yeah, it's a pink ass can with raspberries sprinkled all over it, and the box says a sippable, like something sippable. But yeah, oh, there it is, smooth and sippable. It says on the back of the can too. But yeah, I mean it's really damn good. And like I said, I like how tart it is.
That seems like one of those beers that's like not quite a sour, but delivered.
No, yeah, and that's the I was just gonna say that's the sensation you get. Is it feels like a sour, but it's not.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Dog.
Tyson, yes, we will do the Stanley Cup final. It's a Stanley Cup-date that will be coming later on as Scott breaks down the first two games of the Stanley Cup. Mookie has moved indoors now. He is back in the speakeasy.
Yeah, hopefully this helps with the wind, but we'll see how that goes. Tonight I'm drinking Absolute Dog. I don't know why it's only on vacation I seem to drink these, but it's Cayman Jack margarita. Now
nice.
they have the variety pack where they have like the Cuban Mule, the something mojito, Absolute Dog. Because here's the thing, it goes down easy. It's nice and refreshing, but dude, it's fucked up. Like, there is no better way to sit on the beach with all the kids other than just crushing Cayman Jack.
What were the other types of Cayman Jack you said?
Cuban mule.
Yeah.
That is not a mistake. It is a Cuban mule. I don't know why they call it that, but it's delicious. And then a mojito.
Okay. That pause right there. Yeah, that I did hear that correctly.
Yeah, they're mojitos, Mike. They're not mojitos. Anyone could order a mojito, but really a true classy person orders a mojito. Yeah.
All right, man.
But so the whole Cayman Jack line, absolute dogs. If you're in a pinch, like they're solid margaritas where, you know, if you're on the road or something like that, you're going to tailgate, you want to marg, but you don't want to fix one up. Can't recommend it more. Absolute dog. And I'm going crazy because the C's are going all the way.
Scott, I think Mookie is onto something there because there are certain drinks that you only have on vacation. Like there's just like vacation drinks.
Oh,
Mookie
yeah.
is Cayman Jack. What's your drink of choice on vacations?
That's a good one. You're gonna have to come back to me because it's been a while since I I had a vacation where I focused on the beer like that. Trying to think of the old school Hilton Head vacations, what our go-tos were down there.
I don't go beers on vacations. I go tequila sodas. That's my go-to on a vacation because chilling on the beach with the tequila soda, nothing like it, baby.
I'm gonna have to try that because I don't think I've ever had a tequila soda. I'm all about.
Oh, dude, it's solid.
The vodka soda. I don't think I've had
it tricks you into thinking you're hydrated, but it gets you effed up in the right way. You're absolutely right, Mike. It's like you can't really drink bourbon on the beach. Like that's, I mean, you can.
But people give you looks. Like you get some looks if you get a 3-finger pour of bourbon on the beach. But nobody gives you a look if you got a tequila soda. Like
it's great because I just picture Mike sitting here on the beach with his beach chair, kids running on the water or whatever, and then he leans over to his cooler and he just pulls out the 5th of Jameson and starts pouring off things and like clinking ice. And people are like, "This motherfucker! You see this motherfucker right here?" Like,
why would I pour the Jameson into anything? I would just take it straight from the bottle. If I'm
seriously,
right to the hilt. Pause. All right. Let's see what you guys are drinking. Gabe said he's drinking Hazy Blues Juicy IPA from Oscar Blues Brewery. I love Oscar Blues, man. They make some fantastic beers. He said 7%, and it's a dog. Rex is drinking Lost State Distillings, same place that did the maple whiskey lime margarita. He says it pairs well with Haribo gummy bears. There,
yo, anything pairs well with Haribo gummy bears. Though, let's be fucking real. Them shits are fucking gangster. Haribo gummy bears are like one of the most underrated candies of all time. I'm gonna fucking say it.
Underrated? You think they're underrated?
I think they're underrated because chocolate takes all the shine, and then when you get into the fruity candies, you got like Skittles and Starburst that how far do you go before you ever bring up fucking gummy bears, dude? Like as like a top tier candy. Like it takes forever for you to get to gummy bears.
No. See that's where you're wrong, Scott. You're just living life on the wrong side of the tracks because gummy bears top 3, top 5 candy easy, no doubt.
I mean, for me, yes, but I just feel like the community sleeps on gummy bears. That's all I'm saying.
Well, if there's one thing we don't do.
Well, yeah, I mean, in the show, that was a whole nother thing. I mean, that shit was
the next line.
I don't remember it either.
That's all.
God, well, there's the old thing that shows our age again. Like we usually do that. That's our new thing to do within the first 20 minutes of the show is do something that dates the hell out of us.
Reference something that's 40 years old. It's a really solid. Hey, Scott, Drew, we really need to bring in a younger audience. We got to expand our audience. I got an idea. Let's make a reference to something from the 80s. Fire that off into the YouTube world and see how that helps our numbers. Should really pump. To your point, though, Scott, if you ask people what their favorite candy is, very rarely do you get gummy bears as a favorite. That means that they're not underrated. They're because it's just not people's favorite. People are happy with gummy bears. They like gummy bears. They'll eat gummy bears. But if they had a choice between gummy bears and a Reese's peanut butter cup, they're going peanut butter cup. See,
I just feel like there's a laundry list of things that people will take over gummy bears before they finally say, "Yeah, I'll take gummy bears over that." Like that's what I'm saying. How deep do you have to go?
Make them underrated, though. You're saying by your logic, then they should be like people should be picking gummy bears over everything else, but they never mention it, so it's under like they're properly rated because they're fine, they're good, but they're not anybody's favorite.
I think that the point is the gummy bears are in your starting 5. Like, I think that's what it is, but people don't go to it first. But I do think you ask everyone, gummy bears are in the starting 5 on the Mount Rushmore camp.
I would say gummy bears are your bench player. They're the ones that are coming off the bench. They're the 6th man of the year award. That's where gummy bears fall. God, you were so mad. Why are you so mad about this?
No.
You're so upset.
I'm good, dude. I'm fine.
Speaking of fine, a secondary shout out to Monday Night Brewing with their Slap Fight IPA. Oh God, had that the other night at the hotel. Fantastic IPA, juicy with the right amount of haze and ever so crushable, even though 5.7%. So check that one out if you find it in your local beer cellar.
Mookie, I would say drop the background because I think they're watching it and they're like, why does he sound like shit? And he looks the same as the other guy. Like, just kill the background so that it's like, oh, he sounds like shit because he's somewhere else right now. Like,
because he's outside away from the children, so they don't have to hear the
yeah, exactly. Like,
if you will. I thought the sunglasses and the bright light on my face would have given some of that away. But yeah, well, we can just go back to
there you go. Much better. Now when your audio sounds terrible, people will be like, oh, he's outside. Got it. That makes sense. And then it's fine.
Right. All those people watching the YouTube stream, meanwhile, as the poor audio podcast listeners are like, why the fuck? Just kick his ass off. Like,
it'll be even better when Joe Hall joins us while he's camping later. So we're just really bumping up our production value here.
How many toes does Joe have these days?
We're going to do a check-in tonight.
Ed said he's drinking apple juice in one of those round containers from grade school. Dude, that slaps in the hospital. Those apple juice from the little circular. Oh, man, I'm really sorry, Ed. I hate that you're going through whatever you're going through, man, but hopefully you're coming out better. Tyson wants to do some shots of cum in a hot tub. Let's go. Did you guys see him post that this week?
I did. It was one of those things that I'm like, I know how we're supposed to react. And then the conversation between Tyson and Derek, I just like, all right, well, that's where I thought that might go. So I'm glad I stayed out of it.
There are some posts in that group where I see it and I'm just like,
nope, not touching that.
Just scroll. I don't even scroll to the next post. I fling it so that it just keeps spinning for a while to get as far away from that post as possible. I end up 3 weeks in the past. I'm like, this is a good place for me to be. Sarah saying that Albanese gummies are better. I will have to take your word for it.
What are Albanese gummies though? What is that?
It's just a brand. I will say though, Sarah, I know I've had some of those. They're solid. I still think the Black Forest gummies are undefeated, mainly because they're made with 10% real fruit. So I'm like, sweet, if I eat this whole 2.5 pound bag, I've had my serving of fruits for today. So yeah, let's go, man.
And you've had 2 weeks worth of sugar.
You know what? And a certain
balance really though, right? Balance, right? Got that fruit, but got that sugar.
My favorite gummy bears are the ones that are sold at the dispensary. Those are the best ones. Blue Gatorade from Chase. He said it's blue, you fed. I am not a cop. Not a cop. Ed just throwing out an Orbitz drink from the 90s just to reference us for the old asses that we are. Ed with a great question here. Whatever happened to Butterfingers?
Butterfinger BBs
Do
specifically.
you remember those?
Yeah, hell yeah, I remember Butterfinger BBs. That's a good question.
You know when Butterfinger dropped off? Butterfinger dropped off when Bart Simpson stopped being their spokesperson. That's when Butterfingers.
Yeah, well, in general, I think their drop-offs fell at the same time. The Simpsons also started sucking about the same time that Butterfinger did. The cross section there.
Yet the Simpsons are still on air, and we don't have Butterfinger BBs, so something ain't right.
Yeah, but we still got Butterfingers. They went their separate ways. They married other people, but it just didn't work out for them.
PJ from Essential Guy Talk saying gummy bears are player coaches. They should be retired, but they have a bit of talent.
That's a solid take.
Wait a second. No, fuck you, Scott. You You son of a bitch, like getting all pissed at me because I'm telling you they're not underrated. PJ says they should retire, and you're like, good take.
I mean, I just didn't want to hear it from you.
You know, sometimes I just really hate you, Gran. I can't. Drive me nuts, man. All right, we're gonna get to Rex's sip, chug, Drainpour in a second. Real quick.
Oh God!
Before we do that, I am drinking. I got another beer from Deadlow, which, by the way, Dad Pops got dry hopped yesterday. We are on track for that Father's Day release. So head out to Deadlow Brewing Father's Day. I'll be there drinking with the kids. Hopefully, one of them can drive me home afterwards because that Dad Pops is at 7%. So. Buddy, you're 8. It's time for you to learn how to drive daddy home. But this week, I am drinking the Gary. It's an orange cream ale, 5.6%. It's done for FCC. It's named after their mascot. Bro, dog. It's the doggiest of dogs. This beer, when Scott and I tried this one at the brewery, both of us, the reaction was, it was sip, look at each other, and just like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, Scott, back me up on that. How good is this beer?
Well, that beer was so good. It was the one that when I read the description of what it was, I was like, yeah, that's probably going to be my favorite one. So I don't want to have it first because I don't want to be like, oh, okay, it was the best one because it was the first one I had. So we slow played it. And it was still by far the best one. And it held up all the way through. The dreamsicle flavor comes through so smooth. And I remember my first reaction was this after cutting a lawn. Fucking perfect. Get you a little dreamsicle beer action. Oh, so good.
So good. It's such a good beer. Dog for sure. Let us know in the comments what you were drinking and rate it on Caesar scale, dog or no dog. All right, Rex's sip, chug, Drainpour here. Gummy bears, Twizzlers, or Red Vines, your choice. But we're going to say Twizzlers because they are the far superior product over Red Vines.
No shit.
And Sour Patch Kids. So Gummy bears, Twizzlers, Sour Patch Kids.
This is a piece of cake, so I'll go ahead and jump off the start.
Look at this ass clown.
Did you stole Scott's background?
I didn't even realize
it. This motherfucker right here.
I have no idea how this was an available option. And honestly, don't tell anyone, but I'm using my work laptop and it did somehow have the speakeasy. And I was like, well, let's see what else is out there. I've got the brick wall. I've got the weird looking interior rich ass condo from Fraser and somehow the Braves field. So fuck it, we're outside. Let's go with it. That'll still stick, right? Might as well.
Isn't your Notre Dame tailgate picture still in there too?
No, it's that's it. You saw all the options I had. I don't know why those are the ones, but yet here we are.
Fantastic.
But it's easy. It is all day pour drain Twizzlers. It is chug the Sour Patch Kids, and then it is sip on those any gummy bear you got out there, man. I'm all in on the
real quick though. I just want to say that if your punk ass eats Red Vines, you probably still rock with Hydrox. Get the fuck out of here with Red Vines. The fact that Red Vines exist and somebody would actually consider them over Twizzlers, I think less of them as a person. I'm just, for real.
I gotta be honest.
Red Vines.
Call me what you will, but I don't know that I've ever actually bought or seen Red Vines.
Oh, I've seen them, and it was one of those things I ate just to say, okay, maybe I'm wrong, because sometimes you just talk shit about the brand that you don't really know, and you're like, oh, I've never actually experienced it for myself, and then you try it, and you're like, oh, it's not as bad as I thought, or I was being, but no. It tastes every bit like the generic version of Twizzler. You're like, no fucking way. This, if people have Red Vines, you understand why people are like, I don't like licorice. When people say they don't like licorice, I just assume, oh, you must have experienced Red Vines first. There's no way, because Twizzlers are fucking amazing. I just want to get that out there. I know we have to respect the game, and something's got to go. And it's probably the right answer that Twizzlers has to bow out to the pour drain. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to pour drain Twizzlers, and I don't want to do that. I am chugging all of the Sour Patch Kids, but then I'm sipping those gummy bears. Hop on in, baby.
Hop on in. Where are we hopping? Why are we hopping on in?
The gummy bears, the cartoon. They hopped around. They had that gummy bear power. Again, I'm referencing the 80s
I love how
show.
Scott it takes the gummy bear commercials and turns it into a TV show. Like,
No, there wasn't
was
a
a
TV show. What the
TV
hell are you
show.
talking
It
about?
really was a TV show.
Yeah.
There was a theme song and everything.
Yes, it was a
are you
Saturday
you don't
morning
just mean a Care
cartoon.
Bears?
No, gummy bears.
No,
Gummy
dude.
bears,
Yes,
bouncing
dude.
here and there and everywhere.
Well, so remember when you said how
How
we make
the
these
gummy bears? You got it. I can't get that high note. That note gets up.
It
there,
was.
man.
I'm not gonna lie though.
You know-
it was
you know-
absolutely one of those like, damn, there ain't shit else on. I guess I'm watching Gummy Bears.
Yes, I watch gummy bears.
Like it was that type of show.
I
But
know.
I mean, I saw plenty enough episodes of it. I definitely remember the theme song.
You know, could hit that high note though, Mike, is Lou Holtz. Coach Lou
You
could hit
could
that high
hit
note.
that high note. Gummy bears, bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventures that's beyond compare. These are the gummy bears.
Fuck off.
Gabe said he's pour draining gummy bears. He's chugging Sour Patch Kids and sipping red wine.
See, exactly. This is why every game he goes to, we lose.
Go, yeah, I was
Exactly
just gonna
that.
say,
That is why
Gabe,
we lose when you're at games.
Gabe, you're
Yeah.
no longer invited to the barbecue.
And then he tries
Get
to
the fuck
walk
out here
back
with
to
that
be like,
shit ass
sorry,
steak.
I'm at Twizzlers. Like, no, hold on, Gabe. Hold on.
Hit
I
him
know
with
where
it.
the buttons are. Here you go, Gabe. This is for
Hold this L real quick. Hold it. Just hold it for me.
you. Yeah, you earned that.
Sipping red vines. God damn.
Brutal. Rex said he is sipping gummy bears. They're in his top 3, chugging the Sour Patch Kids, drain pouring red vines. I don't know if that stands the same with Twizzlers, but I would assume so. Tyson said he's sipping Haribo gummy bears, chugging Twizzlers, and pour draining Sour Patch Kids. First one to give the pour drain to something other than licorice there, fellas. It's a take. By the way, PJ is drinking a Hardywood Christmas pancakes, a delicious milk stout with
Dude, yeah,
mint.
I meant to call that out because, like,
Oh,
that's easy.
and it's holiday spices. God damn, that beer, I can taste it from here. That sounds amazing. I'm
Scott-
so jealous. A nice Christmas beer in fucking June. Oh, that sounds so good.
Scott went 6 to midnight there.
Seriously, God.
Sarah is sipping the gummies, chugging the Twizzlers, and pour draining the Sour Patch Kids. And I got to be honest, that's what I'm doing too, fellas. I've never been a big Sour Patch Kids fan, so I'm drain pouring that. I'm chugging the Twizzlers because it's multifunctional. And if you have not if you haven't drank Dr. Pepper out of a Twizzler straw, you have not lived, my friend. So the fact that you can get candy that also acts as a soda delivery service, Twizzlers deserves the chug, and then I'm sipping on gummy bears. There you go, Scott. PJ said he's telling you he can grab it for you.
Oh yeah, that's
But
right.
apparently, only for Scott. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Well, no, I think that might be the one that he had mentioned on his Facebook page, and I said something about it.
Nice.
And he's telling me that he could ship it to me. That's right. And it's
Also,
like,
Tyson,
but it was like it was like at cost, and I was like, oh, it's like $200 a bottle. So, like,
oh god damn.
that beer. No, I mean I'm exaggerating, but it was a very expensive like 4-pack, and it's just like
I am curious though exactly what the price is, because like I'm wondering where that inflection point is for Scott. It's like $5, cool. $7, cool. $9, fuck it. It might as well be $200.
Good point. What is the bottle price, Scott, that you're out at?
I don't know. It very much
Or can price now because everybody's canning.
It very much depends on like the beer and how well it's sold. Like there's some beers that I'll legit look at it and be like, I don't even give a shit what the price is. Like it sold me on the can art, or it sold me on the description, or whatever it's the name of it is. There could be a bunch of different reasons why I'll just pick it up and just be like, oh, I don't even know what the hell this cost. Because these days, I assume any type of beer like that is generally going to go for like $13 minimum for a 6er. So that's like my like baseline
$13 for a sixer, like that's cheap, bro. Like I was in the grocery store just this week looking to buy stuff, and
No. I'm saying like that's like the baseline minimum, and that did not used to be the case. But like you're not getting anything for cheaper than that price. So I'm expecting that, and then sometimes I luck out, and it'll be like, oh, it was $11.99 for that sixer. Like, oh, I score. And then other times I've gotten burned where I picked it. Like, I look back at the receipt. I'm like, oh shit, that 6-pack was $18.99. Cool.
Yikes.
So, it just kind of fucking depends.
It's getting really expensive to be.
But the fact that they can price a sixer at $18.99, I guess that's my cap because I've paid. So there you go. Like I don't think I would pay over $20 for any type of beer.
It's got to be really high ABV for me to reach in the bag for that one. Like that, it has to be a beer that I can have one of them and then be set for the night, because that's the problem with some of those beers where they're like $20 for a 6-pack or $20 for a 4-pack, but then they're like 5.5%, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'll drink this whole 4-pack tonight. That's rough. 11% ABV. There you go. That's
there you go.
That's very solid. All right, fellas.
We're kind of outing ourselves too, though. Here, Craft Breed Sports, home of we drink to get drunk. Goddamn right.
Yeah.
That's
accurate. Why
before we move on, Biscuit checking in. He said he just got home eating some Lee's fried chicken.
Hell yeah, Lee's.
Living the dream. Yeah, absolutely right, brother. Sounds awesome.
I'm tempted to introduce the kids to Kool-Aid, but I'm afraid because I know that once they get a taste of that Kool-Aid, that's the only thing they're going to drink forever. Like they're never going back to like water and juice after that.
You'd be surprised. I thought that the kids are going to be the same way, and Luke poo-pooed it, and Jordan was kind of like for a hot minute, but they weren't really feeling it. So that was that. Like the experience. Kool-Aid didn't last very long.
Maybe I'll give it a shot then, or maybe you're just really bad at making Kool-Aid. I don't know.
This motherfucker right here, God, no, he didn't. God damn. Woo! All right, let's move on. Let's fucking move on. I've had this conversation on a radio show / podcast again. I'm not doing it. Not doing it.
If you want, Scott, I can just quickly fast forward us through that conversation.
Race card.
Good. We are good. Let's start the show. What's the first topic? What do we leave?
1, 2, 3, 4.
First thing on that, we don't have a drop for this sport, but I feel like there is a drop.
Do we have that video yet from the dad pop drop?
Bitch Mookie. Actually, I do have I just have to record the audio for it to go over it. But yeah, the video part is done. It's cut. It's put together. Scott can verify.
Yep.
It's got music, got background music in it. Just need to get the voiceover done. All right, so this story that we're gonna start off the A block with here, we don't have a drop for the specific sport, but I feel like
34 minutes in.
This drop fits. Yes, the A block at 34 minutes. Here we go. This drop fits.
Motherfucker. What? You motherfucker, you.
Major League Eating banned Joey Chestnut from the 2024 Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest.
We stand with Joey.
We
stand with Joey.
We do stand with Joey.
Wow,
your arm disappeared there, Mookie, as you raised it up. Also
big.
looks weird, just a floating fist.
Floating fist.
So the story goes that Joey Chestnut has signed an endorsement deal with Impossible Foods, the vegan company that makes fake burgers and fake hot dogs and stuff. It's a 3 or 4 year, $1.2 million endorsement deal that he signed. And Major League Eating has said, you have now signed with a competitor of Nathan's Hot Dogs, and you can no longer compete in the hot dog eating contest. So Joey Chestnut is out, and he will not be able to defend his mustard belt. He will not be able to make the $200,000 from that contest like he made last year, and he just has to rake in his $1 million. And essentially, it's probably over, right? Like if they hold to this ban, Joey Chestnut doesn't come back to the hot dog eating. Like it's done. We've seen the end of Joey Chestnut in the hot dog eating contest. Scott, what do you make of this story? How are you feeling about it? Where's your head at with this one?
What a fucking farce. This is how the run ends. So you're telling me that all these years, the only reason that we've all stayed like tuned into it, because let's be fucking clear. Like it was a novel thing and ha ha ha, look at all these idiots eating all these hot dogs. But like we were tuning in every year because of Joey. Like we were just tuning in to see if he was going to do it again. And then it became, well, is he going to set his own record and like all that shit. Like nobody's tuning in for this for any other reason. I mean, Kobayashi just retired. Like the only names that I can tell you in competitive eating are these two. And you're banning the one man that put you on the map. How fucking stupid is Nathan's and competitive eating for this dumb shit? Like, seriously, motherfuckers of the week, they're motherfuckers of the millennium for this shit. Like, the only reason we know who Nathan's... Dude, I ate Nathan's hot dogs specifically because of this fucking competition.
So
and
terrible.
The only reason of this goddamn competition is because of Joey goddamn Chestnut. And yes, those hot dogs are overrated as fuck.
So bad.
I always say like the ones you get off the shelf, because the ones you get at the restaurant are actually really fucking good.
The only time I've had Nathan's hot dogs was at I went to a Mets game and I had them there. Awful.
Well, I blame the Mets for that. Let's just chalk that up to Mets can't fucking make hot dogs. Like, come on. Let's not judge Nathan's unless you go to Nathan's.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna go all the way to blame the hot dog itself. I do enjoy Nathan's hot dog. There's a reason that was the hot dog I shoplifted in college when we were broke. But like,
what the fuck?
I just don't understand why you would do this. And I'm gonna go ahead, and I don't know if it's a full blown conspiracy level segment now, but like, there's still time for them to walk this back, because you know the backlash is gonna be out there and it's gonna show in the ratings, and you know who's gonna get really shitty about it is ESPN. So how much is Nathan's gonna be hurting when ESPN goes, you know what? All that money we paid to broadcast this thing that now is worthless because your petty ass blocked.
Yes.
This eater of
like this was such a short-sighted move. Come on, man. You don't do this to your biggest star, your only star. Like, nobody's tuning in to see the random other fucks who can't even get to the halfway point of Joey. Come on.
You know what, though? I'm here for it because I really hope this is like a start that Impossible. God, I don't know how they are marketing wise, but if they're
this is like Luke Gehrig's record.
They'll
like,
put on.
It can't end like this.
Competition at the exact same time with Joey.
Oh, so you've got
him show out. Yeah.
You've got Impossible Foods hosting their own hot dog competition on July 4th and having Joey Chestnut headline it.
But who's going to televise that?
Literally anyone, Scott. People will be falling over the shit. Let's do it. We've got a streamer right now. We could probably do that, right? Like Joey in a
Just
camera,
some guy on
Watch
TikTok.
this dude for 12 minutes. Like, how hard can it be, right?
Fair enough.
Okay, if we do that though, Mookie, you have to do the George Shea type intros with the getting everybody hyped, and I want to full Badlands Booker rap included in that.
As long as it wouldn't be a conflict of interest when I still gamble on the event.
Wow, there it is.
An issue. There's. I think we just got to why Mookie's upset about this. It's because. Cannot, like, he's lost the interest in gambling because he's not going to throw his money on Jeffrey Esper, right? Like, he wants to put the money down on. He's not looking at Patrick Bertolini. He's looking at Joey Chestnut. He's not looking at Eric Badlands Booker and seeing what Badlands does. He's not even going to pay attention to the women's round and look at Mickey Sudo. There is nothing now that can get Mookie to bet on the hot dog eating.
Well, now to be fair, I will still put money down if, you know, whether or not Badlands has a heart attack at the event. That's always a good prop to run. Because you always bet no. You always bet no because it's almost always going to cash. And you know,
almost always. It only takes once not to.
It only takes once, right? But you know, it does. It takes a lot of. But you know, gambling aside, it takes a lot of the fun out of the event.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Joey last year won by like 10 or 12 dogs.
No,
and so it was like
last year.
I was gonna say,
What?
hasn't he dominated like the last 4?
Yeah.
Like, didn't he establish that where it's just like he's like 30 ahead of his next closest competitor?
Right. So it's basically like, remember, Tiger Woods in his prime. Like, let's take Tiger out of the tournament. Then who wants to watch all these schmucks play shit golf to try to come in first over something no one cares about? Like, that's exactly what we're getting now. And just Nathan, this is where someone needs to step in and be the adult and be like, look, y'all, I know we all want to be petty, but we're not Scott Kaiser professional petty here. Figure this out.
Guys, I just looked it up. The first Nathan's hot dog eating contest was in 1967.
And we didn't know it existed until Joey Chestnut.
And they probably ate like 5.
So there you
Well,
go.
we knew about it with Kobayashi. We knew about
Okay, all right, Kobayashi. So like, and Kobayashi, what was the first year like he competed, or like what was the when did his name like kind of hit the scene?
The first year he won when he took everything by storm was in 2001 because
Okay,
that was the
all
first
right.
big jump. The year prior to that, the winner had eaten 25 hot dogs. Kobayashi came in 2001 and ate 50. And everybody was like, what the fuck is this? And then Kobayashi had a reign of terror and had
Right,
the
yes,
hot dog contest on lock until the goddamn American hero, Joey Chestnut, stepped up and brought the mustard belt back where it belongs in the US of A, baby. And then Joey went on his run until he had that little thing with his the marriage that got called off and he lost that year. But then domination after that. It's been straight domination. And I knew the time would come. There was going to be a time when Joey was like, this is it. I'm sailing off into the sunset. But he should not be forced out. Joey Chestnut has the right. He's earned the right to go out on his terms. Not on your terms, Major League Eating. This is bullshit.
And there's no way it can end like this. This is a real lame way for the whole thing to end. Especially when, like we said, there was times when we thought it was going to end like 20 years ago. Like right when we were in college, there was a couple like scares and everything. And then it just was like, he never was close again. Like the first couple, there were some scares and close matches. And then it was like, oh yeah, none of the rest of you are on my level.
He came back. It was that year
he-
that he lost, the year that he lost to Matt Stoney because he was going through everything in his personal life. The next year he came back. And that's when he hit 70. And everybody was like, oh, fuck, we've awoken the dragon. Joey is on, but he is the man now and has not dipped below 70 since then. He went 70, 72, 74, 71, 75, 76. I take that back. He did dip below the last 2 years, but fuck it. Wow, facts don't really matter in this.
But Mike, even though he dipped down, like how many did he win by? Because like, again, it's hard.
That's what I'm saying. Like the margin,
because
that's
shit out everywhere,
right. And wasn't it that like, didn't it start to be where his margin was like the most historic part of the thing? Like it wasn't just, okay, he's winning. Now it's like, he's setting margins that are just insane and that'll never be beat.
So,
Guys,
so let me ask you this.
I just want you guys to play a game real quick. The first hot dog eating contest. The winner was Walter Paul from the United States.
Obviously, everyone
it
knows
was
that.
the 100th celebration of the invention of the hot dog. That's how this all started. He had 60 minutes. The contest was 60 minutes. How many hot dogs did Walter Paul eat in 60 minutes to win the first ever nation hot dog eating contest?
18 and a half.
Damn, dude, that's so crazy because the first number that popped into my head was 18.
Price is Right rules, you both lose. He won with 17. Hot dogs in 60 minutes. Joey does that before the clock hits 3. Like he's rushing this, and now he's not even going to get to be a part of it. I'm so bummed out.
So I did want to ask you a serious question, real hardcore sports talk question here, right? And as Essential Guy Talk says, Joey should do his own stream, get all the views, blow out the competition simultaneously while they eat. If Joey does that with an impossible dog, does that still count in the record books, or is this like a different category?
No, different category.
Different category.
Right? Like we can't.
Yeah, no, it can't go on the
if
record
he does
book.
80 impossible dogs, we can't give him the record at 80, right? Like that's
Right? No.
You know, that's
It's
true
totally
because,
different.
like,
Totally different substance.
different
It's
calorie
not-
count, different
Yeah,
density. like,
the
do you think he
nitrates,
also has
all
to,
that
like,
type of shit.
I gotta be honest though.
Like gluten-free buns too.
More
if he's doing
impressive.
Impossible Dog.
I think that's going to be more impressive.
There's
If
no
he
cow
does-
anus.
If it ain't got those raccoon parts in there, it don't count,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah,
You gotta have
exactly.
that for the, but I gotta be honest. I would be more impressed if he ate 70 Impossible dogs than him eating 70 regular hot dogs, because Impossible dogs are disgusting. I have never had anything like, I've tried a couple of those things because my wife is like borderline vegetarian. My sister-in-law is vegan. Like, I've tried some of the stuff.
Them healthy people trying to extend your life.
Yes, exactly.
Those people are the worst. Like,
It is so disgusting. Like, I eat it and I'm like, this isn't food. This is gross and I hate it. So if you can stomach down 70 of those things, I don't care how long it takes you. That's impressive. That's more impressive than eating 70 regular hot dogs in 12 minutes.
You got to imagine the shits after those Impossible dogs too are way worse, right?
Ugh, gross.
Yeah.
Although I do like Rick's pointing out that he could simultaneously. This is like in the WWE or boxing, where it's like you simultaneously hold would it be the mustard belt and the mustard-like belt? the imposter mustard belt. I don't know, whatever the equivalent would be for the Impossible dogs. I will say though, it's been a while because I had one of those Impossible burgers when they had them in Burger King. They weren't terrible. I just haven't had the dogs. You're saying the dogs are a lot worse?
The burgers are awful too. It's not edible food. It's disgusting. Like, it's really gross. They could try to church it up and season it as much as they want. You ain't fooling me. This isn't a fucking burger. This shit's gross. This is falling apart in the bun. No, hard pass. No, thank you. Take this cat food back to the back. Give me a goddamn burger. Okay.
I think this is just highlighting the difference between you and I because my standards are much lower.
They must be, because dude, seriously, it's not good.
It's so
Like, and the more they sell you on it, the more, like Mike was saying, it's like those people, they always swear that the next thing you eat, like the next time you try it, but I swear this tastes exactly like it. I know, like, this stuff gets a bad rap, and but no, but this is different. It tastes just like it, I promise. And you bite into that, and it never tastes the fucking same. You're just
not
like,
even close.
you're like, oh, I could see where you think that tastes like that, but it's not.
You know what an Impossible Burger tastes like? An Impossible Burger tastes like somebody who has never tasted meat thinks meat tastes like. That's what an Impossible Burger tastes like. Like somebody who has never once tried meat, and they're like, it probably tastes like this. That's what it tastes like. And they're not correct. They're way off.
This is what drives me nuts with all of this, right? Is like, they've got the Impossible chicken nuggets, this, that, and the other. It's like, it's not a chicken nugget because it's not fucking chicken. Like, this is just like
I mean, to be fair, chicken nuggets aren't chicken nuggets either. I mean,
well, they pretend to be, Scott. They at least have the chicken anus in there, right? Like, that counts for something.
I guess.
And also, Rex, to answer his question, he says, what's the new over-under for the winner now, Monkey? Who gives a fuck? Like, nobody cares. Like, I can't wait to see how bad the ratings are this year, because I swear, they got decent ratings last year. Like, there were 10, 20 million people watching this shit for the 90 seconds, it was on air, but it's going to be absolutely just god-awful, and I swear ESPN's going to file a lawsuit. It's going to be so bad.
Esper came in second place last year with 49 dogs. Like, we're going to see a champion not hit 50 dogs this year, and
that's
going to
so
be
bad.
a shame. Like,
and this is going to be the death.
Great.
This is going to be the death of the Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
You know what would be even better, though, is kind of back to Central Guy Talk's point. Joey doesn't need to do a competing stream. I want him right there in the crowd in the front row, just mocking the shit out of these dudes and eating and just watching everyone they eat. I don't even.
That would be great if Joey showed up and ate in the crowd and then beat the winner from the crowd. That would be all right. I'm back on board. I'm watching again if that happens. Now I got to watch to see if Joey shows up and eats hot dogs in the crowd just to mock Esper as he beats him from the front row.
But we'll only watch on the high seas, right? We're not gonna give him real views. We want to play into the corporate stooges.
You never give them real views. Fuck that. That costs money. Fake views only.
Rex saying he would rather eat a sketchy-looking gas station hamburger than eat an Impossible. 100%, Rex. 100%. So there you go. Major League Eating. We're not even letting you hold the L. You take the crown for the week, for the month, for the year.
Motherfucker. What? You motherfucker, you.
Let's switch gears and let's talk basketball.
Boom shakalaka!
Scott, all the snubs this week. All the snubs. So first off, we have Team USA leaving Caitlin Clark off of the roster. Now, in fairness, no rookies made the roster for the women's basketball team. Cameron Brink is playing in the 3-on-3 tournament, that branch of basketball, which is what we thought the men's team should have done instead of just grabbing random dudes off the bench and be like you could have. There's a list of guys that didn't make the men's roster that could have dominated the 3-on-3 tournament. At least women's basketball has that. They've got that smart of being like, let's get our pros in the 3-on-3 tournament and dominate. But no Caitlin Clark, no Angel Reese, no Cameron Brink. None of them made the roster. It's a stacked women's roster, but Caitlin Clark left off, and that, of course, has sparked a firestorm because it's Caitlin Clark. She's the draw. She's the one everybody wants to see, and Team USA has left her off. Scott, how did you take this news when it was revealed that Caitlin was snubbed?
Just like last week, this shit is racist as hell. But also, this shit's not really that racist. Like, everybody's right? Like, I mean, obviously they left her off this shit because they were like, fuck this white bitch. Like, we're gonna put all of these, we're gonna put all of these black queens, we're gonna showcase. We don't need no white devil to come in here and save us and put a spotlight on our shit. We can do it on our own. That's fucking obvious. But I mean, it's not like the names aren't deserving. I mean, the names that are on there, that's why they're pissed, because the names that are on there in their own right and in their own careers have had amazing careers and done amazing things, and we just weren't paying attention. And now here comes this, fresh face hotness, and they're fucking mad. They're mad as shit that like she's getting all this goddamn attention. And so I get it. But also it's racist as fucking shit. Like, because y'all are like, fuck that white bitch getting this attention. So, I mean, what are you going to do? Like, everybody's kind of right. Like, everybody's got a right to be mad about all the shit they mad about in this one. It's the running theme with the Caitlin Clark thing. Like, I'm like, everybody can just be pissed off, and then we can just go watch her ball, right? Like, all right, we'll just be mad. And she's just going to keep putting up numbers, I guess.
I feel like it's not a race thing at all, since there are several white women that are on the roster, like a lot. There's a good amount on this roster, and like Caitlin's just like, how about we just give her a break? Like, maybe Team USA was like, what's tough? Playing your senior year of college, going all the way to the national championship game, getting a week and a half off, and then reporting to WNBA minicamp, and then starting your season. Like, maybe take a breather. Like, just relax for a little bit. Take a breath. You could chill out, and then we got you next time. We'll put you as an alternate or something if that makes you feel better. Like, you can maybe show up to Paris if things fall the right way, but just chill the fuck out for a little bit. Like, you've got the league strapped on your back. Everybody's coming to every single one of your games. Like, just chill. Go sit at home for a little bit. Like, play some PlayStation. Do something else. Like, just fucking relax, man. Like, just chill a little bit. You're shaking your head no. You're not on board with this.
I mean, that just sounds like the easy excuse when I'm just sitting here like they just, they just don't want this popular ass bitch just coming in and taking all their shine. Because like, if she's there, like, that's all people are going to talk about, right? Like, they're not going to talk about anything else. It's true though. Like, again, we are talking about this because of her. Like, I mean, they may not like it. It may be racist, but like, whatever. Like, it's getting the attention. And that's my thing about leaving her off. It's like, are you trying to grow the game? yeah, you should probably just put her on there. Like, I mean, we all know that there's usually that spot reserved on these Olympic teams where it's just like not really somebody who deserves it, but somebody we're just going to put on the roster, and they're never going to play, but they're just kind of fucking there. The college kid, whoever it may fucking be.
Udonis Haslam spot.
Right. Like, I feel like that spot could have gone to her. Like, and we're nitpicking for reasons why to not have her on there. And again, not to say any of the people on the team aren't deserving. They've all had great fucking fantastic careers and deserve all the accolades, but you know.
To Rex's point though, because Rex asked the question, what was the rationale for leaving her off? So the rationale that was given, that was
I was just gonna say, I'm like, you want the real version or the version they gave?
Yeah,
I think he wants the Scott version. Give us the truth, Scott.
No. Well, let Mike give him the version, and then I'll translate.
The version that they said, and I don't think it sounds that far-fetched. They said they didn't think that Caitlin Clark fans would react very well to Caitlin Clark playing a limited amount of minutes on a stacked roster. Like, this team is really good. They are going to dominate. They're going to win gold. It's just a matter of how much they win their games by. Like, this team is going to destroy this tournament. And they looked at them and they were like, Caitlin Clark probably isn't going to play a whole lot of minutes with this squad. Like, she's going to be riding the bench. And how are the fans going to react to that? Because then it becomes, why'd you even pick her up if you're just having her sit on the bench? Like, she's the face of the league. You should have her playing. And then it becomes, who should she play over? Who should she be starting over? Like, they didn't even want to deal with the fans going through it. So that was the rationale given.
I will say I like Biscuit's explanation building on that, saying, maybe she can play the Pan Am games. Like, she'd get a lot of minutes, a lot of play there, and I think that could really help, build the game.
I like the theory that was floated on Twitter was Caitlin Clark should go full heel and like play for Team Italy because like her parents are Italian descent or something, and just like stick it to Team USA by going and playing for another country.
Hit us with the Patty Mills version where she just fucking cooks us and inexplicably leads the team to victory. And you're like, what the fuck?
Beat the hell out of her in the W. You think they would go easy on her in Paris? Like, she'd end up with a broken forearm. Are you kidding me now?
Scott, what do you make of their rationale? Is it correct?
They've got a really good PR spin team. I'll give them that. Like, I mean, that was a really well nuanced version of bullshit. Like, we're worried about the reaction of her fans. Like, we don't think that her fans will react well to that. Ooh. Let me ask you this. Nobody was there to calculate the backlash that they would experience from just leaving her off the team. The backlash
No. I think they weighed the two, and they were like, probably more backlash if she's here and doesn't play than if she's not here at all. So let's just not bring her in that. We're going to get some heat no matter what we do here, guys. So which one's hotter? That one really sucks. This one just sort of sucks.
I feel like that calculation is just way off. Again, I don't know. They can say whatever they want to say. Like, they were just like, fuck her. Like, it's and okay, maybe putting the race thing on it makes it a little too strong, but it's a changing of the guard. It's a you got to pay your fucking dues type shit. Like, either way, like, they looked at her and said, oh, you haven't earned the right to be on this team. And that's kind of bullshit. Like, because, I mean, again, you're trying to grow the game. She's popular and she's talented enough to be there. Like, does Diana Taurasi's 40-year-old ass still need to be around? I mean, I like Diana, but like, she should probably go do something, right? Like, not being in like a 12th Olympics or something.
She is like, it is weird to see the roster and see Diana Taurasi there. God damn, dude. You've been around for a while, man.
Right?
Ooh, this is a lot. Like, how old is Diana Taurasi, by the way?
I'm pretty sure she's 40. That's what I'm saying.
42.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Like, so you're telling me that you couldn't find a spot? Like, they just didn't want to, and that's fine. Like I said, they feel like
again,
she's got to pay some type of dues, and they feel like by the time the next Olympics comes around, she'll just be in the starting five. Like,
again,
they won't be able to deny her that.
There are no rookies on the roster at all.
Sure. And again, they can hide behind that too.
The youngest age that's on here. It looks like it's Jackie Young and Sabrina Ionescu are 26. Those are the youngest players. So they have multiple years in the W to get on this roster. But you're right, Scott. 42-year-old Diana Taurasi's out here.
Like I'm just saying, like if they really wanted to, they could, and it's fine. Again, if they like every sport governs itself, and if they feel like they're like, yo, you have to sit this one out in order to earn your way on to the next one because you're just showing up and we're not just going to hand you this roster spot. I mean, then that's what it is. Like I get that. It's just it seems a bit short-sighted. That's all.
It feels like, and Mookie, I know you're quietly, the shades have come off. You're on mute because it's windy down there in Florida. But it feels like they took the approach of people are going to watch because it's the Olympics. We don't need that face of the league to come in to get viewers on our tournament because everybody's going to cape up for the red, white, blue. Because that's what we do during the Olympics. We watch everything. We'll watch sports that we never would watch on a regular basis just because they got the fucking red, white, and blue stripe. Like that's all we care about. So we will sit in front of the TV. We'll turn on NBC or Peacock or wherever it's streaming, and we will watch random shit just to cheer for America. And they were like, we don't need Caitlin to get those eyeballs because people are going to watch anyways.
No, they can get fucked because they raise rates on Peacock just to time it with the Paris Olympics. So, like, if I wasn't on the high seas already to watch this shit, I'm definitely going to be it now because at this point, I ain't paying $17 a month for your shit-ass programming outside of Paris. And even then, I'm not paying that to watch handball. I will watch handball because that shit is entertaining.
Not only that, hold on. That definitely can't be right because there's no way. Like NBC, the Olympics, they want Caitlin Clark there. They're mad as hell at Team USA for fucking like they're pissed off. They're like, whoa, you ain't bringing Caitlin. Like, hold on, can we rethink this shit?
So we've got
the IOC might step in.
We've got two stories where the network that is hosting the event is like, what the fuck are you guys doing to me here? Like, are you kidding me? Son of a bitch. That's a good point. You make a good point, Scott. So now NBC is pissed at Team USA, and ESPN's pissed at Major League Eating. I love it. By the way, PJ asked, why did the girl who hip checked Clark make the team when Clark is averaging more points, assists, and rebounds? I don't think Kennedy Carter made the team. I think she got left off as well. I'm telling you, it's like all grizzled vets on this WNBA team. We're sending out the war-torn vets that are just like, you motherfucker. They're angry. They're pissed off. They're just like, I'll fucking show you. And that's what we got that we're rolling the ball out to this time around. Not the only snub in the basketball world though this week because on the NBA side, the Lakers totally whiffed. It was reported that Dan Hurley was in talks with the Lakers, and he even told the players at UConn that, yes, I am in talks with them, but I haven't agreed to anything yet, which sounded like such bullshit at the time. But then Woj dropped the bomb that Dan Hurley turned down the Lakers 6 years, $70 million. And he said, you know what? I'm good. I'm going for 3 at UConn. I'm okay. I don't need this job. I laughed for the longest time. Tyson wanted to know who Dan Hurley is. Dan Hurley is the coach of UConn, just owning college basketball right now.
Which is also a great point, though, because he asked a question I think a lot of, I won't say rabid, but strong sports fans are asking him, who is Dan Hurley? Because it took me a second to remember that. But, man, I'm kind of not shocked, honestly. Like, think about it. Like, he can make that kind of money at UConn over time because he's going to have a longer career in college.
He can't make 6 years, $70 million, Drew? He's not making $70 million in 6 years at UConn.
Pointing out something very prescient in the sense that, like, yeah, $70 million in LA is more like 36, given all their taxes. Plus, his ass would last like 2 years in there. Plus, there's a story that broke this afternoon that apparently LeBron's going to Phoenix. Like, fuck LA and that mess. Like that team, that franchise is such a disaster now. Like, why go there for money you're probably not going to see, because after you get fired after your second season, Jeannie Buss's stepson's going to try to claw it back and not actually pay you what you're owed. Don't do it, man. There's no reason that anyone should want to go coach in LA today. Full stop.
Your reasoning is wrong, but your logic is sound. Like that, there's the money
like
guaranteed.
I'll take
Guaranteed contract. So like you're getting your $70 million if they fire you after 2 years. Like then you're getting paid to sit at home and do nothing for another 4 more years while you rake in the rest of that contract. There is no clawing it back. But you're right. The Lakers are a dumpster fire, and nobody within their right mind should take that job. Scott, you're just over here smiling. You're in heaven right now that the Lakers are in such shambles.
Because they did the same thing that they feel like they can always do, the whole Yankees thing. Like, we'll pull our dicks out of our pants, and anybody who's around is going to just feel privileged to suck it, and doesn't matter what they got going on, they're just going to come on in because we're the Lakers, we're the Yankees, and you just got to take this job. And Hurley was like, nah, I took your meeting, but like y'all been kind of a fucking mess since Dr. Buss died. Like, let's be real. I'm not blaming Jeannie or anybody. Like, just the franchise in general has had no direction and just been this rudderless ship. Like, gave the reins to LeBron, like hired all these random ass coaches, like just turnover all over the place. Like, there's a little bit of a fall from grace, and good for Hurley for like looking at it and saying, you know what? And here's the part that's true. Like, somebody, the money will be there. Like, another NBA team will offer something similar. Like, just because the Lakers were the first ones to step up to the plate and just throw all this money at him, like, there will be another NBA franchise that will throw a similar amount at him, and it will be a better situation, and he will probably take it. But kudos to him for looking at that and saying, fuck that whole shit. I'm not leaving the cushy job I have. Like, it was amazing.
I love this because PJ pointing out first it was reported that JJ Redick was getting the job, then Dan Hurley, both not taking it. And it is now being reported that Dan Hurley was their guy. That's who they're going after. And the Lakers have no plan B.
Oh, yeah. No, I knew that. Oh, I absolutely knew that. When they said that they were offering him, I said, they better hope he takes that shit because they don't have a fucking backup plan. There's no way that they do, because they are arrogant enough to assume that he would never turn them down and we'll just throw all this money at him. And we're the Lakers. Who's not going to want to take it? Hey, he's just that lowly Yukon. Come play on the biggest stage. And he's like, fuck y'all. I love that shit. Like, look, UConn is a bane in Xavier's existence, but when Dan Hurley comes to town, I'm gonna stand and give that man an O.
I wanted him to take the job so bad just to get him out of the Big East. I
didn't want him to because I think he's a really good coach, and I don't want the Lakers to get good.
That's why I wanted him. Because I don't care enough about the Lakers, but I do care about playing UConn twice a year. So I would rather the good coach be in a whole different league where I don't have to worry about seeing him twice a year.
And I get that too, but again, any chance you get to stick it to one of the big four, the Lakers, Duke, fucking Cowboys. Oh, good shit, man. Just now, I don't want your fucking.
You guys mentioned the like Dan Hurley takes a look at this dumpster fire that is the Los Angeles Lakers, and it's like, I want no part of that. Maybe that's what happened. I have a different theory. Because it is now reported that there are several restaurants who stepped up when Dan Hurley was flirting with the Lakers and offered Dan free food for life. So now that he has taken Mookie immediately. I
mean, like, come on, dude. The guy is a 2-time national champion, D1 basketball coach. Like, what is free Jeff Ruby for life going to keep him at your school? Like, come on. Now.
Yes, because you have not heard what he is now getting. He gets free Frank Pepe Pizzeria, free pizza for life. Anytime he wants pizza, Frank Pepe Pizzeria has him covered.
What if he's
He
in
is
Chicago?
also
What
getting
is that?
free hot dogs and kielbasa from Martin Rossel's Meats, which is a butcher shop that's been around for over a century. Like, that's pretty impressive. But free hot dogs and kielbasa, that's pretty solid.
Look, I love a good smoked sausage, especially a girthy one. So like, that sounds like
Damn it. Gabe said Frank Pepe is overrated, and that's disappointing. That's kind of a bummer to hear. But is it overrated if it's free?
I was just gonna say, I was like, but see, the thing about free is you can look a lot of overrated, overlook that shit. Because I mean, if I didn't pay for it, I don't give a fuck who's rating it. If I enjoy it and it was free, then we Gucci.
Free pizza is pretty solid. That might be my favorite pizza is free pizza. That's probably
Right.
my favorite pizza.
Well, I mean, imagine that. Anytime you're having a party, anytime you're doing anything, hey yo, I need like all the pies. Just
You know what? Actually,
I'll tell you when to stop because I got free pizza.
Keep them coming, baby.
Right, like we just hosting a party, and yeah, I'm taking all your profits for like the next few days.
This is the way that this is how you get away with the whole let me throw a barbecue for my recruits, because it's not a benefit if you're not paying for it.
You don't
right?
pay for it. You're right. Good call.
Right? Exactly. So like you're skating free and clear.
3 a.m. I'm just ordering pies just cause I'm like I need a pep. Just send it over. I just leave it on the porch. Just leave it on the porch. Like it's free. I don't give a
He's
shit.
getting free pizza. He's getting free hot dogs, free kielbasa, and he's also getting free wings from J. Timothy's Tavern,
man,
which is known in Connecticut for their dirty wings, where they fry them, sauce them, and then fry them and sauce them again. He gets those for free for life. Dan Hurley, here's the best part. These idiots in these restaurants said free for life if you come back to UConn. You get this free for life. Bitch, he can leave next season. You still got to honor that commitment because I've seen if he goes and leaves UConn after next season, guess what? You're still giving him them free pies, Frank Pepe. Sucks to be you, motherfucker. He's calling you from Cleveland. He's like, hey, it sucks out here in Cleveland right now. Send me a pie. I don't care how long it takes to get here. Bitch. It's free. I love it. Dan Hurley, genius.
That's amazing.
Sarah asking a really good question there, though. Would you eat free for life Impossible Meats?
No.
Nope.
There's
So
the
that would
line I won't
have to
cross.
find out of Source, Connecticut on the next trip, wouldn't it?
I would take the Lakers job if Connecticut offered me free Impossible Meats for life. I'd be like, bitch, I'm out of here then. What the fuck
So
is
this
this?
is what you tell me. All right, I see how it is. Fuck you, I'm gone.
PJ saying free pizza is only surpassed by free steak. Well, goddamn, hell yeah. Listen to man getting free steaks over here. Biscuit said, give me $37K for a salary and free food. I will make double my salary in food.
Love it.
Rex said, you had me at fried and sauce, but to do it twice. I know, right?
Seriously, that's crazy, man.
Dirty wings. That sounds amazing.
I'm
One
worried
more
about
basketball
the
story before we
dirty
talk.
fryer.
Before we talk, the Celtics just absolutely. I mean, do we even have to talk about it? The Celtics are dominating this series. Luka looks hurt. Kyrie hasn't shown up. Like, this is the year. Caesar is smiling down at how much the Celtics are just railroading the Mavs this series. I thought maybe now it's their first big test. It doesn't matter. That team is so damn good. Like, they are cruising. I'm gonna say gentleman sweep. I think Dallas gets one at home, but then that's it. They're not winning more than one game this series. The Celtics can put up the banner now because it's over. It's done. Like,
for Caesar's benefit, we should do what we've been doing the entire time they've been steamrolling this NBA playoffs and just not talk about it because it's just business as usual. So all I'll say is I'm gonna go crazy because the Celtics are going all the way.
Yep, Sarah, you're right. That does deserve the.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
So good. Oh, so good. All right. One more basketball story for you. The 1983 NC State basketball team, the Jimmy V team that beat Houston, is suing the NCAA backed NIL payments.
Oh no. Oh no!
This is so aggressive.
This is the most
love it.
boomers. This is the most
But at
boomer
the
shit of
same
all
time,
time.
Yeah.
They're like, Social Security is tapping out. What other source of income can we get? I hear there's NIL. I think we could get back pay on that. Oh God! What? Seriously?
This
Fucking seriously? This is a reach even for my cheap ass. Like, come on. Back pay from how long ago? You're God damn it, man. This is weak sauce. There's a statute of limitations on this, guys. Like, this isn't Ed O'Bannon looking up and being like, hey, yo, can I maybe recoup some of the bullshit I went through? We'd be like, all right, Ed, here's a little bit of pocket change. Like, you set this whole thing in motion. But like, yo, if you played when there were leather helmets, no, we ain't paying you shit. That's like it's like reparations. Get in line. Like when black folks get reparations, then y'all will get your fucking NIL money. How about that?
They said in their filing, they said, quote, for more than 40 years, the NCAA and its co-conspirators, the whole full-on conspiracy theory, have systematically and intentionally misappropriated the cardiac PAC's publicity rights, including their names, images, and likenesses associated with that game and that play, reaping scores of millions of dollars from the cardiac PAC's legendary victory. If I'm on the jury, I'm ruling against them just for that filing. I'm just gonna be like, you know what? Nah, you're doing too much.
That's one pretentious ass lawsuit. Like, no fucking way. They lawyered the shit out of every single sentence. God. Oh. Nope. Sorry, guys. You're not even close to making a case. Like, I would have been curious if they could have come up with something legit, and it's like, nah, we should have had this. They're co-conspirators.
That was my favorite part.
There's been a conspiracy going on since they played, like that was keeping them down. And now they're like, we're gonna capitalize. Like, and like, I'm guessing, is there a dollar amount with this? Are they suing for a certain amount?
Oh, that's a good question. That was
because I feel like the number is going to be comically high for this. It's like going to be like $2 trillion.
They're probably going to be like, well, we should have had 1.2 back in.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So they're going to sue the NCAA for $2 trillion just to like go extra with it.
See, this is the bullshit. Like, because now we're going to get all kinds of crap like this. Someone needs to strike this down quick because it's going to get in the way of actual kids getting paid what they're owed. And I saw the Appler come in 1983 team is suing Friday. I was like, these motherfuckers, what dumbass. Because I literally was like, man, this is some more Dartmouth shit where like you had one of those Ivy League people trying to set a precedence. But I mean, at least it was a team that mattered, but it's still dumb as hell.
It's like, the whole purpose of the lawsuit and what they're going for is that like your time with the NCAA doesn't end when you leave the NCAA because they use that archival footage. They put it in commercials. They put it in, they replay games and stuff.
Is dead because the only thing they use is Jimmy V running around the court like an idiot. Like that is the only footage that shows up anywhere. And like, this is so weak.
I would come out and be like, hey, yo, if half of the team is no longer alive, then y'all don't miss your shot. Like, guys, that's you. Like every team, we'll pay every team who's at a 50% alive capacity. Like, if you can't meet that threshold, then sorry.
Hold on.
You get nothing.
Give them the. I'll get the drop ready, Mookie, while you read this one.
When they lose, they will just keep appealing because they were taught to don't give up. Don't ever give up.
That's a great fucking joke.
Well done, Biscuit. Well done. That Lee's chicken and Kool-Aid is slapping for you tonight.
I have looked at 5 articles now. None of them mention a dollar amount. So I have no idea how much they're suing for, which means
these assholes are probably suing for $1 on just like
trying
to make a point. Like,
it's either ridiculous amounts of money or like we're doing it for it's just because we were trying to prove it. Either way, I'm out on this. Hard pass. Sorry. I hate the NCAA with the passion. I side with them on this one. You fucking at some point.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to be like,
agree.
We missed the window. that shit.
Right.
Sorry. Like,
Yeah,
right
like,
now,
it
if
just
they came
sucks.
out and they were like, hey, student loans are forgiven, I'm not going to be one of those guys that'll be like, well, I paid mine back. What about me? Blur, blur, blur. Like, it's gonna be like,
Well,
hey,
hold
miss-
on a second. I don't know if I'm with you on that one. I mean, the old fucks, the old fucks getting cut off at the knees because they played football without actual helmets. Fuck them. But student loan forgiveness, like, yo, like, I'm not asking for more. I've already paid quite a bit, but like, if what's left could just be we just call it even, like, I feel like that's fair. Just saying.
I got to point out, Scott. It's intriguing to me, like what the student loan racket's doing right to get money out of you when the hospital couldn't get you to pay for your kid. So, like,
Yeah, that's true.
how are they fleecing you for money when you're like, what's that? Charging me for delivery? Nope. See ya.
I just feel like I had those federal loans, and like the feds don't fuck around. Like the hospital, that's not a federal level thing, so I wasn't as concerned. But the federal loans, like, they're gonna track you down, and they're gonna be eyeballing you no matter where you fucking go. They'll get you to pay your shit. Hospital, it's like they'll send a couple threatening letters, and then they'll just fall off because I mean they're just a hospital. They don't have time.
I didn't realize. I thought it was always a thing, but apparently they've made a change to where medical credit reports it can't hit your credit report. Medical debts can't hit your credit report. I thought that was always the thing based on what you've told me, but apparently that's like news this week is like, that can't hit your credit report. So now everybody can do the Scotty K method of just fucking over the hospital and not paying for shit because it can't hit your credit report.
First of all, it's not fucking over the hospital. They make plenty of money otherwise. They get a lot of donors and shit. And second of all, I crawled so y'all could walk.
Which is funny because Tyson just hardcore going in on Scott here, saying you went to private college to get a community education degree, Scott. You deserve
Okay, well, fuck off, Tyson. Like, goddamn, we didn't need to go real with it with about life choices. Get the fuck out of here.
That was harsh. Let's talk baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit.
Nope, just kidding. I don't want to talk baseball yet. We need to give this the time it deserves. It's time for a Stanley Cup-date.
But hey, as they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
Scott, Florida up 2-0.
Hell yeah,
Bob
baby.
looking like a wall back there.
The
Connor
Cubs coming
McDavid's
back to the
island.
US of A.
Do you think now that the
Sweep.
Cubs are going back to Edmonton, like
Sweep.
you're
We're not only gonna win it, we're gonna win it in their faces on Canadian soil. Like, hey, bitch, we got your girl again. This is as close as you'll ever fucking get, is falling down in the final again, you bitch.
Are you shocked by how ineffective Connor McDavid has been so far this Stanley Cup?
I don't give a fuck about Connor McDavid. All I give a shit about is making sure that this cup stays in the US of A. Like 2-0, everything's looking gravy, baby.
Scott, can you name me one Florida Panther?
Ray Caruth.
Race card.
Oh, hold on a second. Race card. I mean, I don't feel like.
That was backed up from the Caitlin Clark thing. I kept waiting to hit it.
Oh,
I
all
would get
right,
a chance.
fine.
You
That's
kept
fair.
towing the line, and it's just like, but I mean, you threw out Ray Caruth. That's amazing. Yeah. To be fair, Scott, the Florida Panthers have your boy Kyla Caposo on them.
Oh, cool. In fact, how many black players they got? Is that it? Is this him?
Yeah, I think that's just the one for Florida. And then I believe the Oilers have two. They have one at least, I'm pretty sure.
Well, that brother skating around for Florida better hold that shit down and get the cup back. That's all I give a fuck about. What? How many are there in the final? 3?
Yeah, that question came as Mookie was giving you the answer. What do you make, Scott, of the hard foul that we saw in Game 2? How'd you take that?
I took it as the United States getting one step closer to the goal no matter what. Either way, hard fouls doesn't matter. Whatever it takes to get to that cup, that's what we're going to do.
But it was the Canadian team that delivered the hard foul.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You got to take hard fouls sometimes, and sometimes you got to give them, but it doesn't matter. All that matters is the ultimate goal of winning cup, and that's what the USA is going to do.
Scott, can you name one of the 2 black players on Edmonton?
Hell no, because they play for Canada, those traitors. I don't need to know their fucking names.
Would you say they're a turncoat?
Yes, I would.
and Tyson very quickly shaming it with Darnell Nurse and Vander Kane. I was
Vander Kane.
I know how you feel about
your
it.
boy Evander.
Oh, fuck that motherfucker.
You love Evander Kane.
How did that son of a bitch find his way to the fucking final, that crook?
He probably had to escape to Canada after what he did in the US of A. He's avoiding tax.
Turncoats for sure, some bitch.
Biscuit wanting to know, Scott, are you at all upset that a warm weather team is going to win, or does your jingoism outweigh your hatred for warm weather teams?
Oh yeah, sometimes you just gotta overlook shit like that. Like, warm weather team is the last line of defense, then that's just what it is. We'll worry about that narrative at another day. Like, we gotta protect the home turf first, and then we can worry about the other agendas. So yeah, fuck the warm weather, but if the warm weather is a means to an end, then so be it.
Can I tell you, Scott, your ability to pivot in that segment is so good. Like, it's unreal how well, because I cornered you with the hard foul. I had you dead to rights, and you sidestepped that shit. It was the Olay move of a century. I'm blown away by your skills.
That's what makes
Well,
me
and
the
to make
hockey
it worse,
expert, son of a bitch.
Mike, he threw it back at you. He was like, no, that's what I meant. Like,
I know, he made me feel
stupid.
I was like, wait, did I mishear him? No, this motherfucker did say you do what you got to do to win the cup, like give a hard foul every once in a while, and then was like, just take them, give them whatever. You got to do whatever you got to do. It's unreal.
Sarah sums it up well, saying Scott's mental gymnastics are focused parallel bars and not on the floor.
It's crazy. It's my favorite part of your hockey updates, that you are able to just bullshit for 4 minutes, like just flat out bullshit. You have no idea what's going on. I feel like if we had said to you, Scott, who's in the Stanley Cup, you would have just
okay. I knew bullshit. Now, I did know who was in it, and I did know that Florida was up 2-0. That was as far as my knowledge went. That was it. I had nothing else to give you. Other than
so I will say, Scott, I did want to ask you this,
which kind of took the wind out of my sails, because I thought Mike was gonna but you introed it like, Florida is up 2. I was like, shit. Well, that's all I got. So I think the first thought was, oh fuck, I might be in trouble.
Scott, is there any credence to the saying that the series doesn't start until the home team loses, though?
Oh, good point. So we haven't started the series yet.
No, I don't buy that bullshit.
All right, cool. That's been our hockey talk, guys.
All right, let's get into baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh shit.
Real quick before we talk these City Connect uniforms, Scott, did you watch any of that London series at all? With the Mets and the Phillies?
I caught Bryce Harper's celebration and his bat and the controversy over that, and that was enough for me. Two teams that I hate getting exported. I guess it was a win for America.
My favorite part of the series had nothing to do with the game, but they had Rob McElhenney from It's Always Sunny throw out pitch on Sunday, and he decided instead of throwing out first of all, they brought out Chase Utley, so he's going to get to have a game of catch with Chase Utley. I always wanted in the show, and I was like, that's a good touch. And then his wife comes out, Caitlin Olsen's like, time out, hold on. And then she calls out Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper goes to first. Chase Utley goes to second. Rob McElhenney goes to shortstop. She rolls him a ground ball, and they turn 2 for the first ever ceremonial double play to start a game, and I thought that was great. I turned it off after that. I was like, that I saw that, I'm good. I don't need to see anything else from this series. That is all I need to see. Yes, Sarah, Sweet D. That's Caitlin Olsen. That's Rob's wife. Fantastic.
Can we talk real quick? She looked fine in that. I mean, like this was not Sweet D. This was like top notch Caitlin Olsen. I had to look multiple times.
And here comes Mookie reducing women to their bodies. Thank you, Dynamite Drop-In Mookie.
I also wanted to ask, why is it that he had to wait till they went to England to have a catch with Chase Hurley? Like, he couldn't have done that in Philly. Like, they could have done that to him sooner.
I'm pretty sure that's already happened at some point, but it was the whole bit. Like, they committed the bit. It was awesome. I didn't see it until Monday morning. Like, this flew underneath my radar until Monday, and I caught it, and I'm like, wow, that's probably the coolest part of the whole damn weekend. I'm like, Mike, like, I don't know how you play the games after that. It kind of pales in comparison, but I guess you kind of have to know like the full context and the show and all the players involved. But so it's a little inside baseball, but I do think that it's awesome.
It is inside baseball, and Sarah pointing out he was probably there watching Wrexham, which is why he was able to come off the first base, because he got the tie into the Wrexham football squad there.
But he's a lifelong Phillies.
Yeah, but yeah, her door cabinet, his jersey tucked into his jeans and no belt. I mean, like, how did the stylist not be like, hey, we could do better?
Thank you, Rex. Thank you, Tyson. We are officially in overtime.
Miller for three. Oh, he backed it in. We're going to overtime.
The Minnesota Twins released their City Connect uniforms this week. They announced it. There was a rumor about the Dodgers one, Scott. We're not gonna. I think we'll save it until they officially announce it. But the Twins have done this. Why are all of the 2024 City Connect uniforms just men's beer league softball jerseys? Like, that's all of them are. So for the audio only audience, they've got an MN with a star on the left chest. It's like a blue and white, like, I don't even know how to describe the pattern on this jersey. It looks almost like it looks like a soccer kit, really. Like, it looks like a soccer uniform. The hats are blue with a yellow bill. It's got the state of Minnesota on it and probably a reference to lakes. I think that's what's on the side. 10,000. Like, what the fuck are we doing, man? This thing is complete dumpster fire. I'm so disappointed in the City Connects this year. So disappointed.
Yeah, they've been pretty horrible across the board. The ones that they've thrown out there this year, they've been very uninspired and just generic. I mean, this is less generic than some of the ones the way they've just thrown up it's got unique features, but the execution was just way the fuck off. Like, I don't understand the blue and yellow. The hat could have been cool, but then they dropped the ball with the color scheme. Like, it's just a mess. It's doing way too much for a franchise that have had pretty much mostly had really basic uniforms. Like, these go exorbitantly loud for no GD reason. So it's a real big dumpster fire.
Mookie's about to bail on us. He's getting the hook, and all of a sudden he's lit up. He wasn't.
Well, so I'm sitting out here on the back deck. This is where the little pool, whatever, the Airbnb is, and the kids have been really good sticking it out till 8:30 Central to be able to go back in the water. So now I'm getting the hook.
All right, buddy. Real quick, what do you think of these Minnesota Twins uniforms?
Oh,
now there's
I
okay.
think thumbs up apparently. Okay, how about that? I think they look sick.
Oh, god damn it, Mookie. Get out of here. Go. Get
Go
out.
hang with the kids,
See you next week, you dick. Oh my god, what an asshole. Look at these. How do you say they look good? Like, they and Rex saying it's the ripple of the 10,000 lakes. Like, that's the inspiration.
Like, okay. Again, it's always a stretch. Like, I don't know, man.
Biscuit said these are the worst ones yet. And he also said, well, fellas, this is a uniform. And that's how I would intro.
I mean, that's an accurate take. Like, this is a choice.
They look like pajamas. Ryan says they need to Nike needs to cleanse itself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka from the abominations they call City Connect jerseys in 2024. And then Tyson saying, is Joe Hall going to show up? Yeah, we sent him the link, man. I don't know. Hope everything's okay there. And then Rex saying, either do I come for the drops but stay for the commentary and in-depth analysis from these experts? We bring it hardcore here, Rex. One other baseball story for you. Buster Olney's Twitter account was hacked this week. And whoever hacked it, gold. Comedy gold that was spit out on that account. There's a list of tweets here on the screen. We won't read them all, but the first tweet was, I swear to you, I don't even know who I hacked. Who is this Buster? And then the next tweet was, I hate Mets. Like, you know who it was, found out it was a baseball guy, and then was just like, fuck the Mets. They suck. And then just went on and broke fake news for like the next 35 minutes, including things like the New York Mets are finalizing a deal that will send Francisco Lindor to the Oakland Athletics, sources tell ESPN. The Phillies and White Sox are finalizing a deal to send star outfielder Luis Robert Jr. to Philadelphia. Another I hate Mets in there. It's gold, man. It's gold.
It's top tier level trolling, and I fucking love it. Like, again, the idea that you don't even know whose account it is, and then you find the one little tidbit that, I mean, a lot of people identify with just I hate Mets. Oh, that's fucking special. Like, kudos to this. This is when hacking goes right? Like, I mean, everybody gives hacking a bad name, but it's not all bad.
I love it. And I just got a message from Joe Hall, Tyson, who said, it'll end my streak of good days. He said, not great signal. And I was talking to a family that saw me on the road, so he's not going to be able to join. So no update from Joe. He is walking through Kentucky still. He got to stay at a farm recently. He passed by a farm where Secretariat was born or something. I don't some tie into Secretariat, but he's doing it. Go support him, allacrossthecountry.com. Scott, you ready to wrap this bad boy up?
Sure, let's go. Let's talk about these beers.
What was in your mug, and was it a dog?
I was drinking Taft Brewing Company's Raspberry Sorbet Ale, tart, crisp, little lactose finish, crushable as hell. The most loyal of dogs.
That's always great. I had another one from Dead Low Brewing. This was the Gary Orange Cream, 5.6%, dog all the way. Coop makes amazing beers there at Dead Low, including Dad Pops coming out on Sunday, Father's Day. So be down there at Dead Low. Scott, you know this was a show. This is a show.
Oh shit.
This was a show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, for hanging out with us. It never disappoints, man. You guys kill it every single week. Thank you for being there with us, for adding to the show, for making it more fun here. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Tons of great stuff coming up there. Like eventually the Dad Pops Brewing video will be there, and all kinds of good stuff planned. Go subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Share us out. Make sure if you know somebody who would enjoy the show, tell them, send them the link. Tell them to check us out. It's the only way that this show can grow is by you helping us out. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, at Crafty Sports. We're on TikTok too. Join the Facebook group. It's basically the comment section in between shows. Tons of funny stuff in there. Also stuff about like come in the bathtub shots, whatever. So go hit that up. Shout out Belly Up Sports, bellyupsports.com. Tons of great podcasts on the Belly Up Sports Media Network. Go hit them up. Subscribe or review to all of those shows. Scott is just vibing to this outro.
This outro music, it slaps.
I love it. I do love it. We will see you all next week. Cheers, everybody.
Nathans! Congratulations, you played yourself.
And for Mookie, you'll never walk alone, dog.